Good morning, everyone. This is Kenzie Brown, your emotional energy coach, and this is my series, Illuminating 2020. September is a 9th month in our year's calendar. It represents completion, manifesting, and new beginnings. It's a month of growth and progress where we are striving to materialize our dreams and our results. Now, it may not look that way because there's a lot of chaos going around the world. But this is what's behind the scenes. You don't hear about this out in front. This month, we're being asked to really grow and expand ourselves, to step into your own freedom, and to choose what brings you into alignment. We're being asked to drop the struggle to attain our desires and our wishes. Now, something you have to remember is struggle is a choice that we tend to believe in, and we feel that we need to have limitations and difficult conditions in order to attain something. That's not true. Most of my life have dealt with struggle. I would say the last 20 years, my greatest desire is to eliminate that from my vocabulary and for me to begin to trust in myself and my overall abilities that I will survive and I will do a fabulous job at that. I would say COVID has really pushed a lot of us into that genre. Many of us are weeding our spiritual gardens to eliminate those things that drain us. People, situations, jobs, environments, all of that. We need to learn to stand up for what we need on a personal as well as a global level. So I ask you, what's important to you? For me, I suggest placing yourself as number one. That's a challenge for many of us because we're not taught that. We're taught to be givers, but you can't be a good giver if you aren't a good receiver. And the only way you can receive is if you feel you deserve it by placing yourself as number one. And then begin to light the fire under your passion. Where do you place your attention? Do you spend all your time listening to the media, all the negative talk and the negative communications and conversations that are going on? I know it's really hard to do this, but when you're surrounded by people who only tend to talk negatively, then I think it's time, as a suggestion, to surround yourself with people of like mind. Someone that's going to support you and honor you and not feed you feelings of fear and chaos. Find ways to connect with these people. I know with the smoke that's in our atmosphere and so many people with allergies and asthmas, being outside is not always so conducive. But if you can find grass, either in your yard or go to a park, my suggestion to get yourself grounded is to plant your feet on Mother Earth. Feel the coolness of the grass. She has nurtured us for so long. It's time for us to connect with her and honor her for who she is. Get back into your body. Breathe deeply. Connect with the environment. Listen to the wind. It can talk to you through the trees. Listen to the birds. We don't have a lot of them out here like we do in the Midwest where I'm from. and we don't have squirrels, but we do have chipmunks, and we have little lizards and things of that sort. Connect with them and let them nurture you and feed you. September brings the winds of change into our awareness. Since it's a 9th month, which is a month of completion, it's time to take inventory of your lives and what things need to change. What do you need to keep? What do you need to let go of? And what do you need to bring into this new wheel of life that we, each and every one of us, are creating? Now, 2020 is meant to reveal any and all blinders to help you all see things more clearly. Now, come on, you have to believe that you and I have been pretty naive about a lot of things. You choose what you believe. You choose what you want to hear. 2020 is just bombarding us with a lot of stuff that we need to take into consideration. But if you keep your eye strictly on that little hole and you don't back away to see the bigger picture, the bigger observer, you're going to miss an awful lot. With the theme of completion being the month of September, I have 3 questions I want to ask you. What are you ready to complete? My thought is, been there, done that. I don't need to repeat that one again. Those are the things that you want to let go of. Don't keep doing the same thing over and over again. That doesn't get you anywhere. We're in a movement forward, but you can't bring all the junk with you. You have to let it go. Secondly, what positive changes are you willing to invite into your reality? The reality of that new wheel of life that we've talked about the last couple of months. What positive changes? Is it working for you to live here? For me, I'm in Nevada. Is it working for you to live here in Nevada, or is it time for a change? That's pretty dramatic, to move to another state, create a new environment. It's like starting all over again. But you don't want to bring all that stuff with you. You need to release it and let it go. And finally, what conversations are you ready to address so you can move forward? What forgiveness are you willing to extend so that you can move forward and start new? Now, these are not going to necessarily be conversations of today. It may be from childhood. Stuff that you're suppressing in your subconscious. We need to bring that forward because it keeps coming out in your anger or in your frustration, in your relationships with other people. If you don't address them, they're going to pull you down. Now is the time to address it. Let it go and move forward. September, I would say, invites us all to bid farewell to lack, struggle, shame, and unworthiness. To allow us to be the very friends, the partners, the community that we desire. We have to let go of all that. Now, on September 9th, Mars went into retrograde in the sign of Aries. So what? What does that mean to me? Well, what it tends to bring forth is an attitude where you may have experienced a strong sense to stand up for yourself, to own your own power. It's a time to bring more passion time of adjusting the imbalance that we are all experiencing between the male and the female energies. It's a change of lifestyle. If we don't bring that feminine energy in to mesh with the male energy, I'm sorry, this is my philosophy, the anger, the violence, the wars, the frustration, the manipulation is going to continue. When we bring those two energies together, there's a softening. There's the desire to have more clarity, to possibly listen to another point of view, and not always demand that it be your way. With this new lifestyle change, we can look at more freedom, more intuition, more self-awareness. It's a real shift of the energies and reclaiming the essences that we have between the sexes, bringing them together, less separation, more equality. I don't know about you, but I'm really becoming worried. Maybe that's not the word. I'm becoming on overload with all the stuff that's going on, all the difficulties that we have to walk through on a daily basis. The turmoil, the chaos, the anger, the frustration. Now the election is coming. It's going to be tumultuous. I'm sorry, it's not going away. We have another year of unveiling, of being exposed to the things that need to change in our world. But it has to start with us. I'm sorry, the election is one thing, but if you don't change, that's where it starts from, very small. You make the difference. If you change, then everything around you changes. Then your perspective about what you desire from a politician will also change. You cannot expect that politician to be the one that's going to make the change for you. You need to be more proactive in all of that. All of this turmoil really reveals to us the tremendous separation and the division we are all experiencing. It's not just blacks. It has to do with religion, has to do with culture, has to do with status in as far as how much money someone has versus another. There's where our separation is complete. I have been trusting and believing that as we move towards fall, or which we're already in, that we will begin to look and figure out a simpler way to connect heartfully, to begin to open up and offer kindness to each other. I don't have to agree with you and your point of reference to be kind. I can show you respect, support, but I don't have to agree with you. It's in our DNA, it's part of our nature to be kind. We need to bring that forward and express it through our feelings. Our social systems are gradually shifting and changing, and it's going to have a tremendous influence on our everyday lives. It's a stripping away of the veils of illusion. You've got many layers of coats, and we need to keep pulling them off till we find the true essence of who each and every one of us are, which will help give us clarity in the world around us. Remember, within each of us resides the same tenderness that is held within a child. That kindness is what is the medicine I feel that will soften our hearts and hopefully heal our separation. As each of us release our spark from within, we can live passionately and we can stand in our truer selves. Not with anger, not with pointing a finger, but through acceptance, equalness, and an open heart. On September 21st, we experienced the fall equinox, which is a moment in which the sun crosses the equator and we have equal day and equal night. 2020 is a year of rebalancing. It's a portal of transformation, and heaven knows we are really going through that. As we have seen, in order for us to all find that new balance, that new normalcy, those ruffled feathers, that unveiling, that truth needs to come out. It needs to be revealed. It's not going to end yet. As I said, we still have many months ahead of us of unveiling. I hope through the equinox and the solstice that we experienced that you took an opportunity to place your intention. What is it that you desire in the way of change? And this change starts with you first and then outwardly. How can you show an open heart and kindness towards those that are in your immediate surroundings? All the changes and the obstacles that we are all facing on this journey forward are not in vain. It is to get us to this new divine path. And it will come. I do believe it. For the next month, balance is going to be our major theme. To conquer our fears of the unknown, and don't let circumstances dictate your reality. Refuse to let life happen to you. Take control and make sure your life is exactly as you want it. It will be a challenge over the next 2 to 3 months. But trade in your confusion and your anxiety for abundance, for peace, and loving acceptance. Your act of kindness towards someone may be just the bridge that helps that individual move forward, to have confidence in themselves. I can do this. I don't need anyone else. I am taking back my power to stand strong, and it starts today. As I leave you with these many thoughts, always try to give you a little something to hold on to, a mantra, if you will. And that is, at this time, I feel the power of the universe around me and within me. I allow my heart and my mind to open to the wisdom of the ages, and I move easily and freely towards everything I want. No struggle. I affirm my inner magic. Stay well. Find joy, a little joy every single day amongst all this chaos. Love who you are. Until next month, namaste, be well, and so it is. Bye-bye for now.